Week 12 of the National Football League. And coming up, it's Nakobe Dean, who's really been a force from his linebacker spot, now up to 10 sacks this season. It's the Eagles and the Bills, and it's kicking off next on Madden.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Then we see the Bills offense take the field here at quarterback, Josh Allen.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
Allen looking to throw it right at the outset.
And his throw here is incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
Well, you get a look at their key inactives for this week's game, and Charles, clearly you don't want to have any of these guys unavailable, especially when you're where they're at fighting for a playoff spot.
I agree, because the postseason is on the line. So you've got to overcome the injuries and find a way to win. And the only way to do that, the guys available have to step up. What's that mantra in the NFL? Next man up. This is their opportunity.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
You look at this Eagle defense.
They were terrific last week in a victory over Kansas City.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Allen off the bootleg. And his throw is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get out to the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
He was good. 4 touchdowns with 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Yeah, they got the win.
They got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The Eagles at 500, sitting at 5-5. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Second down. Here's Hurts. His throw incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That is caught. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Hey, 73, 73.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively. Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. So a failure to connect on 2nd down. That leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact caught the ball 3, and it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Rodgers on the return. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And they are back to 500 now. The win last week, their 3rd in a row. And the question, is this run coming too late to make a difference in the playoff race?
Great question. They definitely still have some work to do, but I think a lot of folks were writing this team off about 3 weeks ago, even some of their own fans. So I suggest you put some extra shocks on the old bandwagon because this team has rebounded.
Quez Watkins, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. When you look at this defense, they've certainly had their struggles against the run. The 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem, when they go up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that'll really mess up your averages.
An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Jalen Hurts with another touchdown rushing. 13 touchdowns, led all quarterbacks last year on the ground. No one else had more than 8. And, of course, we all remember the 3-touchdown game in the Super Bowl. So running plays, 4 scrambles. Jalen Hurts is dangerous.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no thought of a return here for Hines. And now out come the Bills. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Allen off the play fake. Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37. A good pickup there, 26 yards. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get it inside the 35. The numbers a week ago for Cook. Very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That second down play, that's a -4. The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Draw play. This is Hunt. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
So here are the Eagles to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
63.
Here's Hurts to throw. This is Smith to the ground. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and given the first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure on the passer.
That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Now they run from the gun with Gordon.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Hurts.
Rolling to his right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking. Nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates. I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Offense back out. We take a closer peek at the dual threat back, Nyheim Hines.
And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
We haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they?
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he's going to have a Bills first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, Cook. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 15. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Eagles offense back out onto the field. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
That's caught inside the 20. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked out by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Has his man, it's Shakir. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Khalil Shakir, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive? Well, answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. This one into the hands of Pitts. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. For protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Kyle Pitts, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Bills offense now for one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Allen now on first down. That's to the sideline and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Allen going to throw. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked out by Pat Surtain. And the Eagles will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Hey, 73.
They go play action with Hurts.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Quez Watkins.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down
past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Rodgers on the return. This taken in right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here first and 10
at their own 24. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts.
And this one complete to Smith. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Here's a give up the middle. It's Gordon. And shutting him off now open field. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Eluding the pressure right. Touchdown, Eagles!
Kyle Pitts.
His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 19-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Throwing now is Allen. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
They'll run with Cook at a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
They try again with Cook.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Calling no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
I don't have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you... And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch, and the Bills get a bit closer. Here's Bass now for the extra point. It's good, and it's now 35-14. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Easy, 63.
Throwing is Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. That's down the field and caught by Pitts. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Going deep here for Watkins. And got his man, complete. Touchdown. Chris Watkins. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles final minute of the third.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Elliott on for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
The Bills on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Now Allen. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. On first down, Hurts. And this one is incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Second down, here's Hurts. Forced out to his left. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Here's Hurts to throw. Flushed out right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Kyle Pitts from 8 yards out. And the Eagles have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Bills ready to take over. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Allen to throw it. Completes it to Davis. And Davis will have a Bills first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
A gain of 14, and the Bills first down.
To throw, it's Allen. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Finding Knox there, complete. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Allen and Knox teaming up there for Buffalo first down. Back to throw. Allen. Shakir holds it in. Touchdown, Bills! Khalil Shakir. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Bills 21.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Check smash, check smash.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
79 Broncos. Hey, smash.
Now Willis. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
What's the deal, y'all?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. And Diggs has it. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Allen to throw once more. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Allen now looks to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. Dawson Knox, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bills are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles done. And it's a fumble. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Dancing to his left. This one into the hands of Pitts. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Hurts sets up to throw it. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Eagles up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well. If they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Good. Round up, get it. Out.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Gregory Rousseau in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
63.
They go play action with Hurts. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense, and what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot. But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Philadelphia, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll get another home day next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, the season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
I can teach you how to get paid, how to get by, and how to get fly. I can teach you how to get cake. It's not the whole thing, least a little slice. Honestly, I'm an immaculate anomaly. I'm an organic organism, ain't no ordinary organs in them. I can't afford any synonymy. That's why my flow is like a cinnamon tsunami with the lemongrass. Ooh, let me know what you wanna do. If you wanna build, I'm